Greetings, Miskatonic Repository. Heinrich Moore here. You may recall that last time we converted our handwritten notes about something called a Guide to Carcosa to a digital document. On today's Carcosa Diary, we take the next step. We're moving on to outlining. What is an outline and why is it important? Well, first of all, it should be whatever is helpful to you. I can just talk about my process. So, to me, the point of an outline is to consolidate, organize, and structure my thoughts. Stated differently, it's time to take all of my wild ideas and start putting them into neat boxes. Though that's not to say it isn't okay to have one box labeled everything that doesn't fit in any of the other boxes. Once that's done, I can start writing my rough draft. That does bring me to another reason I outline. Writing entire sentences can be stressful. I find it a lot easier just to write bullet points. I'll then start expanding on those bullets. How? Well, by adding more bullet points, of course. Eventually, I'll have so many bullet points that I can just add punctuation and there. Got a rough draft ready to go. You might wonder, how do I know it's time to start outlining? Well, for me, it's usually when I get the urge to start rewriting or deleting large parts of my digital notes. I don't like to delete anything, but once I'm ready to start erasing or changing my notes, that's when I want to move on to my outline. That way, I also don't lose anything, and I can always go back to my original notes if I need to. For me, this is also a necessary part of narrowing my focus. When we start a project, everything is possible. That's a great feeling. Also a terrifying feeling, but it doesn't help us complete the job. For that, we need to start narrowing our options. We need to get rid of stuff. At least that's the theory. See, when I moved on to my outline for the Carcosa Guide, I didn't delete things. I just kept adding. In fact, I started creating 2 separate outlines for 2 different versions of the Carcosa Guide. I just couldn't decide between them. One version was character-focused. You could choose one of 3 characters, each of whom had their own unique story through which to interact with Carcosa. Another version was Carcosa-focused. You would be able to take any character you've made and subject them to the horrors of Carcosa. These visions, however, were not compatible. I couldn't write the guide for specific characters, complete with specific events and storylines, while also making it possible to play without those characters. I went back and forth. Maybe the story-based characters should be NPCs. Maybe the guide should just be a bunch of randomized tables like the character creation guide. Maybe my inability to decide between the 2 versions just showed that the entire idea for the guide was stupid to begin with. Maybe I should be doing a different project. After all, could I really afford to lose an entire year working on a project that just didn't work and never would? I was stuck. I was scared. I needed a different point of view. So, I called in reinforcements. It was time for a playtest.